For this system, I have three inequalities. First, I'll graph x greater than -2. Notice it doesn't have an equals under it, so it's going to be a dashed line for that one. I go to where x equals -2. It's here. That's where I'll put my line. And my solution is everything greater. So these x's are bigger on this side, so I draw arrows to the right. My next inequality is x less than 2, which is also a dashed line because it doesn't have an equals underneath the less than either. I go to where x equals 2, and draw a vertical line. And this time my solution is less. So I draw an arrow to the left. All those values are smaller x's. Okay, I need to graph y less than or equal to 2x plus 5. This time I'll use a solid line because I have a less than under or I have an equals under my less than symbol. I go to where y is 5, that's my y-intercept, so here, and my slope is 2, so I count up 2 and over 1. And I'll use a solid line to graph this one. My solutions are everything less than that, so I put my pencil on the line and draw an arrow down. And this last one will be a solid line because I have greater than or equals. And I go to where y is -5 here. My slope is 2 again, up 2 and over 1, and graph with a solid line. My solutions are everything greater. So my solutions are going to be here where all the arrows point. So I'm under the green one, left of the blue one, to the right of the red one, and above this purple. To check and make sure that I'm shading in the right place before I color it all in, I can pick a test point. So here I could pick 0, 0, and make sure that it's true for each of these. So I test 0, 0. Then I could go down the list and make sure that it's true for each inequality. Is 0 greater than -2? Let's check in this first one. Yes. Is 0 less than +2? Yes. Is 0 less than or equal to 2 times 0 plus 5? So is 0 less than or equal to 5? Yes. How about this last inequality? Is 0 greater than or equal to 2 times 0 minus 5? 0 greater than or equal to -5? Yes. So this, where my test point was true, that's where I shade for each one. And I write my domain and range for the shaded part. That's how I'll describe my solution. So for domain, I would say x is everything between -2 and 2. Here I have a dashed line, so I use parentheses. And here I also have a dashed line, so I use parentheses. In set notation, that's this. My range, I need to know what's the lowest and the highest part of the shaded area. So I go from -8 to +8. And here I have an intersection of a dashed line and a solid line, so I have to use parentheses here. And here I also have a solid line and a dashed line, so I use parentheses. In set notation, I would write -8 less than y less than 8.